Hey, welcome back, UR Fanatics. Quick video. Had a couple of guys asking me about BYD. I'm having issues with my blower. It won't start, or it's just not blowing hard enough. Blower. What can I do to fix it? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you 3 simple fixes that may be the cause of your blower not operating correctly. You're watching Bermuda Grad Central, changing the world 1 yard at a time. Okay, UR Fanatics, look, it's happened to me before, and blower maintenance is really, it's the easiest thing you can do. It's not that hard. What happens is if you don't maintain your blower, then the maintenance part of it gets away from you and you start having issues at the wrong time. So if you do what I'm about to show you once a year, you shouldn't have an issue with your blower. Now, the only other major thing that could go wrong would be the muffler, but this is not about muffler. This is about simple blower maintenance, and these 3 steps will help you maintain your blower so that it'll start each and every time and you'll get the max air output of your blower. All right, so let's get started. Okay, UR Fanatics, look, the first thing I want to go ahead and show you is you always need to go ahead and check your spark plug. All right, so let me pull the spark plug out, which is right there, and we'll see what it looks like. All right, so I'm gonna try to do this as fast as possible, and let's see what it looks like. Okay guys, you see I got the spark plug pulled out, and I'm trying to make sure that we get a real good picture of it. And as you can see, let's try that again. As you can see how it looks? All right, now I went to the parts store, and if you don't know what the part is, you can call your local store or whatever, but normally you'll see the number right there. I don't know if you can see that or not. That says CMR6H. Now what I do, I got mine on file at the place that I buy mine, and they normally, I just go ahead and tell them I'm going to replace a BR600 spark plug and air filter, and they'll go ahead and give it to me. All right, so this is the new one right here. All right, went to the store. Let's pull it out. See if I can pull that out for you. All right, took that off, and it should be the same number. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see if I can focus it in for you. All right, same number, CMR6H, and look at the old one and look at the new one. All right, so if your spark plug looks like the one on the right hand side of the screen, then you need to go ahead and replace it. Like I said, normally if you do this once a season, you should not have spark plug issues. All right, so let's go ahead and replace that. That's the first thing. Okay guys, once you got that tightened up, like I said, don't tighten that thing up till you strip it out, guys. Tighten it up till it's snug, until it stops itself. All right, next step is to go ahead and replace the air filter. Like I said, I went to the shop. This is the new air filter. All right, and this is steel. This comes directly from the steel factory, directly from a steel distributor, and that's the part for a steel BR600 right there. I'm pretty sure this has been used in any other ones. And guys, remember, what I'm showing you is universal. This goes towards any blower that you have. Just know where you can get your parts at. All right, if you can get them directly from the manufacturer, you'll help with the warranty if there is a warranty on it. If it's out of warranty, then yeah, you can use the second one, but I always use steel products exclusively. Okay, so let's go ahead and change the air filter. got that off. Now we're finna go ahead and take that air filter on out of there. All right. And this is the new air filter. And that's the old one down there. So let's go ahead and pull that out. And like I said, guys, let's go ahead and compare them real quick. You see the old one? All right, and let me show you the new one. And that's what the new one looks like. So you can see the difference. All right, and this is for, I think this is going on 1 season for this, because normally I replace it once a year. And you see how that's all clogged up. You can look through this one and see the orangeness behind it, but you can't with this one. Look on the back side. See how much cleaner that is? So let's go ahead and put the new one in. And it's simple, just make sure it's in there correct way. Put the casing back on. Unscrew this just a little bit so I can get to that screw when I'm screwing it back in. Okay guys, you see we got that on there, tighten up just right. All right, and this last one is the most important part. All right, so okay, check guys, now this last part is very important. Now listen, whatever fuel oil that you're using, 2-cycle engine oil that you're using, like I said, I have steel products, so I stick with the steel products all together. This is for a 2.5 gallon container, and that right there is a 2.5 gallon container. Right now, the reason I love this is because this is how simple it is. This doesn't have 50 parts this, 1 part that. It's not that hard to mix. I literally pour all this into a 2.5 gallon container right there and add 2.5 gallons of gas. That's it. Now here's the other thing. This is the stable 360 performance with vapor technology 5-in-1 maximizer. And like I said, listen, this is not a sponsor. I'm just showing you some of the stuff that I use. Now you make sure that you read your directions. The regular stabilizer, the stable fuel stabilizer is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 1 ounce. I can't remember exactly what it is, but 2 ounces per gallon, I think it is. Now, the reason I'm showing you this, guys, because this is 1 ounce treats up to 5 gallons. So I actually, in that, I put a half an ounce in a 2.5 container. And what this does is a fuel stabilizer, and it cleans the fuel system, maximize miles per gallon. But, you know, we're talking about a blower. Increases the horsepower slightly. And it idles makes the idle smoother than what it normally is if it's rough. Guys, let me show you. Once you add this to your fuel, it's very important that you do what I'm about to do. And this is why I see a lot of guys who have lawn equipment, especially the professionals, and they should know better. But as a homeowner, you may not know this. Once you add that to your fuel mix, you have to shake it up. Shake it up. Shake it up as much as possible. Okay. Now, once you shake it up, add it to your blower. Okay, guys, now look, once I add it to it, always make sure that you have some gloves and eye protection on before you do this. But add it to it. Now, you already shook it up, right? Now, before you add this to it, whatever fuel mix that you had before, you need to dump all that stuff out of there. We want to start with a fresh tank of gas, and I would recommend that you go from an 89 to a 93 octane, at least one of these while you're using it. That'll help clean out the fuel system and get that thing running back right. All right, so make sure you're not putting old oil mix in this fuel oil mix that you already had. It's got to be a fresh one. All right, close it up. And once we got that sealed, and guys, what I'm about to show you now is why I see a lot of people make another mistake. Shake up your blower to mix that up again before you actually crank it up. Each and every time before you start your equipment, shake up the fuel mix that's in it, because the gasoline and the oil mix that you put in there may start to separate, and one is heavier than the other one. Even though gas has oil in it, that oil mix may not be the same weight as your gas, and it may not stay completely mixed. So that's why sometimes when you crank it up, it starts hard, then it starts to run smooth. That's because there's a lot of oil running through the system that's too thick, that's kind of clogging it up. So always shake that up before you start it. So let's go ahead and do that. And you can shake it up any kind of way you want to, guys. Pick it up, shake it up. All right, once you got it shook up, guys, let's see if we can get it to crank up like it's supposed to. Okay, and if you emptied all the fuel, you may have to prime it again. And you know, some of them have a prime button. That's the prime button right there. Set it in full choke. Follow your instruction manual on how to crank up your particular blower, okay? Look, it's just that simple on how to do your blower maintenance. And this is why sometimes you have a hard time starting it, or you're not getting max power out of it. These are not all the solutions, but those 3 solutions should get you going. Now, if you have further problems, you may have to get your manual for your product and go through it. And normally it will have troubleshooting ideas that you need to go through to see if that will get it started. If you have any more problem, then I would just take it back to the dealer. Now, if you bought one of those Home Pro or one of those store-bought big box blowers, then you may have to take it to a shop that's not your dealer, but to a dealer, and see if they will try to fix it for you if you can't do it yourself. But remember, it's videos all on YouTube on how to fix everything. So go to YouTube University, and like I say, DIY, guys, do it yourself. Now, if this video has been helpful and you find it informative, please hit the subscribe button along with that notification bell, and therefore you'll stay tuned to Bermuda Grad Central. And like I said, I have all kinds of videos coming out. All right, so remember one thing, guys, you're tuned into Bermuda Grad Central with BYD. This is Michael Bowman, and I'll talk to you soon.